Commandment 8: Thou shalt not steal. Separation through injustice. Stealing begins with the belief that another person's well being may be sacrificed for our own advantage. It separates us from contentment, from gratitude, from fairness, from trust. Whenever we take what has not been freely given, we create imbalance. Justice gives way to exploitation. Trust gives way to suspicion. Relationship gives way to self interest. The eighth commandment reveals the separation that appears whenever we place our own desires above what is rightfully another's. What it preserves, justice in exchange. Every healthy relationship depends upon fairness. Every flourishing society depends upon trust. Justice allows people to freely share, create, trade, and build together. The eighth commandment protects this sacred balance. It reminds us that peace cannot endure where exploitation becomes acceptable. Living principle: receive honestly, give generously, take only what has been freely offered. Justice is not merely about property, it is about honoring the dignity, effort, creativity, and freedom of others. Love does not exploit, love does not manipulate, love does not secretly benefit from another person's loss. The more deeply we remember our interconnectedness, the more naturally generosity begins to replace grasping. Modern application. Stealing takes many forms: theft of money, fraud, corruption, plagiarism, identity theft, exploitation of workers, manipulation, breaking agreements, using another person's kindness without gratitude, taking credit for another person's work, wasting another person's time through dishonesty. Even emotional manipulation can become a form of theft when another person's trust is used for selfish gain. The eighth commandment asks us to become conscious of every exchange. Does this relationship increase fairness? Does it honor the dignity of everyone involved? Does it leave both people more whole? Justice begins in ordinary moments: keeping your word, paying fairly, giving credit, respecting another person's time, living transparently. Deep dive. The opposite of stealing is not merely refraining from theft, it is becoming trustworthy. A trustworthy person creates a safety wherever they go. Others know they will not be manipulated, used, taken advantage of, or deceived. This commandment also invites us to examine scarcity. Much stealing is born from the fear that there will never be enough. Enough money, enough opportunity, enough recognition, enough love. Scarcity encourages grasping. Love encourages generosity. The more deeply we trust that life is not a competition for limited worth, the less need we feel to take from others. Justice and generosity are not opposites, they strengthen one another. Justice ensures that what belongs to another is honored. Generosity freely gives what belongs to us. One cannot truly exist without the other. The eighth commandment therefore asks a profound question: can your presence become one that others instinctively trust? Not because you never make mistakes, but because your heart consistently seeks fairness over advantage. As trust grows, communities flourish, relationships deepen, and separation quietly begins to heal. Reflection: do I take more than I freely give? Am I trustworthy in both large and small matters? Do I honor another person's time, labor, and creativity? Have I ever benefited from another person's trust without respecting it? Where does scarcity still influence my decisions? How can I become more generous without compromising justice? The eighth commandment reminds us that justice is more than obeying laws. It is cultivating a heart that refuses to exploit another for personal gain. Where justice is honored, trust grows. Where trust grows, love finds room to flourish. Where love flourishes, separation begins to disappear.